Welcome to Keep Fit. No, don't worry, you ain't got to do any exercises, nothing that's going to put you back out, because I'm going to tell you a reason not to keep fit, or at least not to go to the bloody gymnasium. Right, first of all, this builds quite a good muscle. If you alternate drinking arms, you end up quite alright. Ever since I was a kid, I don't know what it was, I think it's because Bruce Lee came out just when I was going through puberty or something, and so everybody was like wanting to be, well, me and my mates, we all was wanting to be Bruce Lee, like you do. And I think my dad had the Reader's Digest, so he ended up getting me some sort of, it was a keep fit thing, right? But it wasn't like the bloke getting sand kicked in your face. It was some other thing, which you didn't use any weights or anything. You just used household objects. So you know, like you have the tins of beans for weighting. And I remember one of them being the fact that you had to get two normal chairs, put them facing like that with the seats outwards like that, so the backs towards each other, about that far apart, which for those obviously who are listening and not watching, is about that far apart. And you get a broom handle, put it down, and you lie underneath and you pull yourself up off the floor with a broom handle, which is quite ingenious, isn't it, really, when you think about it? Unless you've got an old broom handle that could bust right in the middle and do yourself an injury. I think I then ended up making nunchakas, I think they were called, by using the same broom handle. I sawed it into some pieces about that long, 18, 10, 12 inches long, and fitted some chain that my dad had used for the garden gate in between it, and et voila, nunchakas, till I caught myself in the knackers showing off because the neighbour was looking out the window at me. I thought I tried to impress her and did myself an injury and had to pretend I heard the phone ringing and walk away going, is that the phone? Then I didn't really, you know, I've had a bike here and there, but I never really was a keep fit fanatic, not like they have these days. But I did get into a gym, yes, I went down the gym, had a personal trainer, but it was only 15 quid an hour, right? And this was in only about 2007 or something. And bloody hell, medicine balls and doing all this and lying on your back and having just one more, just you know, like lying there like this, and it's like, God, this is killing me. He's going, wait till you get the weights in your hands. What? And then I come down to London and I sort of went to this gym and everything. They had a special offer on for a month. It was like 30 quid. Usually it's like about 3 million quid or something. So 30 quid, I thought, right, I'll go to this gym. And I'd made a Monday, not every day, don't do it every day. You've got to get, you know, unless you're a nutter. So it was like Mondays, Wednesdays, obviously, a Friday, and that was it. Or if I went on a Tuesday and blah blah, every alternative day. And that's to get the tube up to where I was anyway. So that was a workout, walking to the tube station, I thought. I looked at how much the personal trainers were at this place, and it was like 74 quid for half an hour. It's like, fuck that. So I'd kept this bit of paper as to what I had to do, and I remembered all these different things, running for like sort of 10 minutes, going fast, blah, 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 running, then you'd have to go on, so there's all these different ones, and I don't know what I was doing really, but I kind of did. And I did the one like that, and I'd always take it a bit too far, like, because you think someone's there helping you, and I dropped this bloody weight, wow, on my fucking chest. I was like, oh my God. And no one, like everyone, no one took any notice of what had gone on. And I pretended I didn't do it as well, like you do. You just carry on like going, oh, fucking hell, nobody saw that. And I just struggled to put, and I swear to God, I hadn't broken anything, because I've broken ribs, so I know what it's like. But this was worse. It was like it was a muscle, and it's like strained ankles hurt more than broken. Well, obviously, if you break your leg, ridiculous, and the bone comes through the skin and goes into the next room. And obviously, that's a bit painful than a sprained ankle. But in my years of sprained ankles, falling off stack heel boots in the 70s, that seemed to hurt a lot more than an actual break, and it took longer to heal. So I was like, oh, why am I doing this? It's like my dad's 9. If he lives another 10 years, he'll be 102 or something. And he's never been to a gym. Okay, he was in World War fucking One. No, 2, right? But nothing. Never been to a gym. Walk the dog. You know what I mean? So I laid off it until Steph bought some bloody dumbbells, and they come the other day. Well, I'm going back a few months, and of course they got the little ones that are like this pen, and then they got the next size up, which is like this pen with 2 polo mints on it, and they got these, and then they got these next ones, which I'm looking around for something big enough, but something like that on each end of. So imagine this picture of me as a kid on both ends, but weighing, quite heavy. And so I'm instantly like going, oi, get him out of the box. Yeah, this is easy. This is watching daytime television. Yeah, this is the life. This is the life. This is the life. Oh, what's gone? Something's happened, and it's like, and it's still there right now. You see, I'm just not meant to be that sort of person. I mean, even just the other day, I'm like, picked up little Grayson from over a after telling people how to pick up. Careful, bend your knees, blah blah blah. I just go. I was like, what the hell is that? It just sounded like a bubble popping. So I don't remember eating any bubbles. And then about an hour later that day or something, my neighbour says, "Can you just come and give me a hand and get this coffee machine out the back of my car?" It wasn't a normal coffee machine. This was like a 1930s wrought iron fucking fence. And it didn't feel that heavy when I got it out. In fact, he did comment on how strong I am. It must have been my years of Pete Fit, you see. It pays. I really shouldn't be drinking this much whiskey in a day. But later on that day, I was on my bike. And I thought, I'll take my bike down. I'm going to, I'll treat myself and get one of them back tyres that you can't burst. And a rack for my dungeon. So I went down the bike shop. Every time I go to this bike shop, I might add, it's by the Camden Brewery. And I swear to God, all they do there is have dudes testing the beer. I was going to apply for a job, but I couldn't find anyone sober enough to take my application form. Anyway, they know me so well going through this brewery to the bike shop, and I never stop for a drink, believe it or not, because I'm not really into ales. I've tried them. Everyone's like, "Oh yes, this is a good one." It's like the equivalent to a wine tasting, but the glasses are bigger. And so I go to my bike shop and I said, I'm going to invest in one of them back tyres that you can't get a puncture in. That one there, they got a sample of it, a cross section of it with nails and drawing pins and bottles smashed and like pickaxes and everything stuck into this tyre. And on the inside of it, there's nothing, so it's fine. You know what I mean? Not that anyone's going to come along with a pickaxe. I guess it's sort of riot-proof bicycle, so you could just like cycle through a riot and everything unarmed, apart from you get pickaxes in your head and bottles. So I left it with them, left my bike with them. I was going to pick it up to follow him down or something. Walking back down the road, and I thought, oh, my leg hurts, like just about here, look, that there, from there to there. I thought, what the hell's that? I thought, it's due to me having these different shoes all the time. I used to wear the same shirt on my crepes or my cowboy boots or something. I mean, that's another story. The trouble I've had with shoes is a nightmare, as you know, from previous encounters with my yatkin about nothing, as someone once said. So what was I going to say? Yeah. I was like, oh, fucking hell, what's this? It's like, it's because I've got these these new trainers on, these Adidas basketball trainers. I bought them because I thought basketball players bounce around all the time. You've got to be, you know. I mean, everyone wears them, don't they now, trainers? I bet, like, even the Queen's got them under the long frock. Anyway, I walked back up the road. I might have got the bus. And then I had to nip round Tesco's and call up. They said, we're a bit worried. We haven't seen you today. Are you okay? Yeah, so, I mean, I go to Tesco's so often that they've invited me to the staff Christmas party. Can you believe it? I've got a thing to wear. So, I go round to the shop and the off-licence to pick up what you need for a night in front of the telly. And I'm like thinking, oh my God, I'll get to the bus stop, which is like 100 yards away. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do here? I can't exactly phone home and have the kids come round with a wheelbarrow and get me back. I pushed through it, sweating I was. Got the shopping, come back. I was like, my God, I'm in mega pain here with both the front of my legs. Sat down, I'm all right. Walking around the house, not too bad. Attempting to walk in the street. I thought, is this how you get that disease where you're afraid to go out? It starts in your legs. But no. I've got a mate who's got a mate who's a doctor who looks after backs. So he says, I can get you in. So I nip down and see him. I explain what I've done. And instantly he says, I know exactly what you've done, which is a good sign of a doctor, isn't it, if you tell him. So he says, lie down on that bench. I won't do all the crap jokes here, like say, oh, why, my dog's just died. So I lie down and he says, right, yeah. He said, I'm going to give you a few injections. I'm like, oh, bloody hell, here we go. Last time somebody said, I'm going to give you a few injections, it was a bloody spinal tap in France. But again, that's another story. Let's just stick to the plot here, Tyler, all right? So I'm lying there, and he goes, and I'm sort of gripping. Can you see me back here? Yeah. I'm sort of, how do you prepare to have an injection in there and there? Yeah. Well, you don't know what's going to happen. It's not like going in the arm and taking blood. This is something going in a very tender part, I might say, of your body. So I'm lying there, and the only thing I could think to do was to grip my hands like this for some reason. Like that. What? I'm lying there, like this, and he's not even like put the injection in yet. He's doing all that squirting it up in the air, and I've got my eyes shut, thinking, the kids have to go through that MIR or whatever they have, them injection boost when you're a baby. He's just come and suddenly, wow, whack, big injection. In fact, they're going to have some soon. They're going to, be panicking. I'm lying there like this, and he goes, of course it's just a bloody injection. It don't really hurt, but it's going into a muscle, so it really hurt. And then he pulled it out, and then he went in again. He didn't say I've done it wrong. The only reason I knew he'd done it wrong, because when he did it the other side, he only did it once, unless for some reason this side needed two. Anyway, I was all happy then. I was like, oh God. He said, you best go and get yourself a pint of Guinness. I said, for the pain? He said, no, for the bill. So I wasn't like, whoa, yeah, great. I was still like, oh. And I think I must have been in shock because I went and bought a winter coat, and it was August. So, but it's a good winter coat. It's gonna, I'll tell you, you'll see it when I wear it. You'll all be coming up saying, is that your new winter coat? It looks like it's worth about 200 quid, but because it's not 100% wool, you see, it's only 30% wool. I noticed that in the label. The labels these days, it's like a little book in it, where you have to read about them. What to and not do. Do not stand in a fire with this fucking coat on. Like you'd stand in a fire with it off. Oh, I'll take my coat off and go and stand in the fire, because it said not to wear my coat in the fire. Let me think now. Anything else? How long? 14 minutes of yakking here about. Oh yeah, it's out. See, keep fitting it. So, whatever you do, If you do like going to the gym, just carry on. But I really don't see any need for it. As long as you don't just sit in your armchair eating cakes and pies and chips and drinking yourself daft. If you just have a bit of a wander, I think, get yourself a bike. Don't try and ride it around London because it's like being in bloody Death Wish. Not Death Wish, what's the one? Death Race, the one with the all the cars with the knives and the rockets. It is really a bit like, it's just absolutely mental, really. But anyway, don't keep fit, but don't stay fat, he says. Right, I'll go and get myself an hot dog.